Hello and welcome. Today, I invite you to join me on a rather special journey, a quiet exploration into the most hidden corners of our world. We will travel across continents, from the sun-drenched waters of the Gulf of California to the dense, ancient rainforests of Southeast Asia, and even to the vast, arid landscapes of the Sahara. Our quest is to seek out life in its most fragile and elusive forms. We're looking for the rarest of the rare, creatures so seldom seen that their very existence can feel like a myth, a whisper on the wind. These animals are true treasures of our planet, each a unique masterpiece of evolution, found only in their specific, isolated homelands. These are not the familiar faces of the animal kingdom. They are ghosts of the forest, phantoms of the deep, survivors clinging to existence against overwhelming odds. Many of these remarkable beings are on the very brink, their futures hanging precariously in the balance. Seeing them, even on film, is a profound privilege, a glimpse into a world that is rapidly vanishing. Their stories are a poignant reminder of the incredible biodiversity our planet holds and the urgent responsibility we have to protect it. So, settle in as we begin our expedition. We'll uncover the secrets of these 10 extraordinary animals, learning about their unique adaptations, their struggles, and the dedicated efforts being made to save them from disappearing forever. This is more than just a list. It is a tribute to the resilience of life and a call to appreciate the wonders we stand to lose. Let us begin our journey to discover the top 10 rarest animals you won't believe exist. Our journey begins in the warm, turquoise waters of Mexico's Gulf of California, the one and only home of the world's rarest marine mammal, the vaquita. This diminutive porpoise, with its charming dark rings around the eyes and mouth, giving it an almost smiling appearance, is a true phantom of the sea. Growing no more than 5 feet in length, it is the smallest of all cetaceans. For years its life was a mystery, lived out far from human gaze in the rich waters of the upper Gulf, a secret kept by the ocean itself. Tragically, the vaquita's story is one of profound peril. It has been brought to the very precipice of extinction, not by direct hunting, but as an accidental victim. The porpoises become entangled in illegal gill nets, vast underwater walls of mesh set by poachers to catch the totoaba fish, another endangered species whose swim bladder is highly prized. With fewer than a dozen individuals thought to remain, every glimpse is precious, and every loss is a catastrophic blow. The quiet sigh of a vaquita surfacing for air is now one of the rarest sounds on Earth. We travel now to the dense, humid rainforests of Indonesia, specifically to the Ujung Kulon National Park on the western tip of Java. This protected peninsula is the final sanctuary for the Javan rhinoceros. With its single horn and distinctive armor-like folds of skin, it appears as a relic from a prehistoric age, a living testament to a lineage that has walked the earth for millions of years. Once widespread across Southeast Asia, this solitary and secretive creature has been hunted relentlessly for its horn, a prized ingredient in traditional medicine. Today, the entire global population, a mere handful of individuals, resides within the confines of this single park. They are creatures of habit, often visiting the same wallows to coat their skin in cooling mud, a behavior that provides rangers with a rare opportunity to monitor them through camera traps. The threat of poaching still looms, but now, disease and the lack of genetic diversity pose an equally grave danger. The survival of the Javan rhino rests on this one, small, isolated population, making every new calf a beacon of hope for a species on the very edge. Our expedition takes us north, to the harsh temperate forests of the Russian Far East and the borderlands of China. Here, in this vast and often frozen wilderness, lives a phantom cat of legendary elusiveness, the Amur leopard. Dressed in a magnificent coat of pale cream fur, adorned with widely spaced dark rosettes, it is perfectly camouflaged for this landscape of birch trees and snow. This thick, insulated fur allows it to endure the brutal sub-zero winters, a remarkable adaptation for a leopard, a species more commonly associated with the warmth of Africa and Asia. This is the world's rarest big cat. It is a solitary hunter, stalking roe deer and sika deer through the silent, snow-dusted forests. Its territory is vast, and its presence is often revealed only by tracks left in the snow or the remains of a kill. Deforestation and poaching have pushed this magnificent predator to the brink, isolating the small remaining population. Conservationists work tirelessly, using camera traps to conduct a census of these ghosts, fighting to protect their forest home and secure a future for the stunning Amur leopard. From the frozen north, we journey south to the remote, predator-free islands of New Zealand. Here, under the cloak of darkness, a truly extraordinary bird emerges. Meet the kakapo, the world's only flightless parrot and one of its heaviest. This large, moss-green bird is a charming eccentric of the avian world. With a distinctly owl-like face and a curious, waddling gait, it navigates the forest floor at night, using its powerful beak to forage for seeds, fruits, and plants. Its feathers carry a sweet, musty fragrance, a unique scent that once guided Maori hunters. The arrival of humans and their mammalian predators, like stoats and cats, spelled disaster for the ground-dwelling kakapo. Unable to fly to safety, its numbers plummeted. Today, every single kakapo is known by name. They live on protected island sanctuaries, each one fitted with a smart transmitter and managed by a dedicated recovery team. The strange, booming call of the male kakapo, a sound that can travel for miles on a still night, is a hopeful sign, a call for a mate and a call for the survival of this wonderfully unique species. We now venture deep into one of the most remote and unexplored wildernesses on Earth, the Annamite Mountains, which straddle the border of Vietnam and Laos. In 1992, a discovery was made here that stunned the scientific world. In a remote village, scientists found a pair of long, straight, almost parallel horns, unlike anything seen before. They belong to the Saola, an animal so rare and reclusive it has been dubbed the Asian unicorn. This forest-dwelling bovine is a ghost, almost never seen alive by outsiders. The Saola remains a profound enigma. It has a gentle deer-like face with striking white markings, but it is more closely related to wild cattle. Its life in the dense, wet evergreen forests is a complete mystery. We have no clear understanding of its diet, its social structure, or its reproductive habits. The only information we have comes from a handful of camera trap images and the few individuals that were briefly held in captivity, none of which survived for long. The Saola is critically threatened by poachers' snares set for other animals, a silent and deadly menace in its secret world. Our travels return us to Indonesia, this time to the island of Sumatra, home to a magnificent and highly intelligent great ape, the Sumatran orangutan. Distinguished from its Bornean cousin by its lighter, longer hair, and in males by its flatter, flange-like cheek pads, this person of the forest is a master of its arboreal world. They spend almost their entire lives high in the canopy, moving with a slow, deliberate grace, feasting on fruits, especially the pungent durian. The bond between a mother and her young is one of the strongest in nature, lasting for many years. This gentle giant faces a grave and immediate threat. Its rainforest home is being destroyed at an alarming rate, cleared for palm oil plantations, logging, and agriculture. As the forests shrink, the orangutans are squeezed into smaller and smaller pockets, making them more vulnerable to poachers and human-wildlife conflict. Conservation groups are in a desperate race against time, working to rescue and rehabilitate orphaned orangutans and protect the remaining tracts of forest. To look into the soulful, intelligent eyes of a Sumatran orangutan is to understand just how much we stand to lose. Here, burrowed deep beneath the sandy soil, lives a creature of the night, one of the rarest land mammals on the planet, the northern hairy-nosed wombat. This stocky, powerful marsupial is a master excavator, using its strong claws to create complex networks of burrows that provide shelter from the searing daytime heat. It emerges after dusk to graze on native grasses, and its hairy nose, well, it really helps it to navigate and forage in the dark. For decades, this was the only known population, teetering on the edge with as few as 35 individuals. Their decline was driven by drought, competition for food from cattle and sheep, and predation by dingoes. An extraordinary conservation effort, including the construction of a predator-proof fence around their entire habitat, has brought them back from the brink. A second insurance population has since been established, but with a total count still only in the low hundreds, the future of this endearing nocturnal grazer remains incredibly fragile. Soaring on magnificent wings that can span nearly 7 feet, we find one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world, the Philippine eagle. Known locally as haring ibon, or the kingbird, it is a truly spectacular raptor. with a shaggy crest of long brown and white feathers that give it a lion-like mane and piercing blue-gray eyes. Its gaze is one of fierce intensity. It is the apex predator of this archipelago, hunting monkeys, lemurs, and snakes in the forest canopy. This majestic bird is the national bird of the Philippines, a symbol of pride, yet it is critically endangered. Its survival is inextricably linked to the health of the forests, and extensive deforestation has decimated its hunting grounds and nesting sites. A breeding pair requires a vast territory to raise a single chick, which they do only once every 2 years. Conservation centers are working to breed these eagles in captivity for future release, a vital effort to ensure that the kingbird does not vanish from its island kingdom forever. We travel now to the Mediterranean woodlands and scrublands of the Iberian Peninsula, in Spain and Portugal. This is the habitat of a beautiful, medium-sized wild cat brought back from the very edge of extinction, the Iberian lynx. With its distinctive tufted ears, a short black-tipped tail, and a beautiful spotted coat, it is a specialized hunter. Its fate is tied almost exclusively to that of one animal, the European rabbit. This is its primary food source, and when rabbit populations crashed due to disease, the lynx began to starve. By the turn of the century, fewer than 100 Iberian lynx remained in the wild, making it the world's most endangered feline. What followed has been one of conservation's greatest success stories. An intensive, coordinated effort involving captive breeding, reintroduction programs, and habitat restoration has seen their numbers climb back to over 1,000. The sight of an Iberian lynx cautiously emerging from cover to stalk its prey is no longer a near impossible dream, but a testament to what can be achieved when we commit to turning the tide. For our final chapter, we venture into one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth, the vast, searing expanse of the Sahara Desert. Here, a supremely adapted antelope makes its last stand. This is the addax, sometimes called the white antelope for its pale coat that reflects the harsh desert sun. Its wide, splayed hooves are like snowshoes, preventing it from sinking into the soft sand as it wanders in search of sparse grasses and desert succulents, from which it gets nearly all the water it needs to survive. Once, great herds of addax roamed across North Africa, but decades of unregulated mechanized hunting have decimated their numbers. Today, this critically endangered antelope is on the verge of extinction in the wild, with perhaps fewer than 100 individuals remaining in isolated pockets of Chad and Niger. Its survival now largely depends on captive-bred populations in zoos and private reserves around the world, with the hope that one day, these magnificent desert wanderers can be safely returned to a protected Sahara, free to roam the Great Sand Sea once more. We have journeyed across the globe and have been granted a rare look into the lives of 10 truly remarkable species. From the vaquita's silent struggle in the sea to the addax's fight for survival in the sand, their stories are both wondrous and heartbreaking. These creatures are not just curiosities, they are vital threads in the rich tapestry of life on our planet. Their plight is a direct reflection of our own impact on the natural world, a solemn reminder that the health of our planet and the survival of its inhabitants are intrinsically linked. The future of these animals is not yet written, and it is a future in which we all have a part to play. The dedicated work of conservationists on the ground provides a powerful beacon of hope, but they cannot do it alone. Supporting organizations that protect habitats, combat poaching, and work with local communities can make a tangible difference. Spreading awareness, making conscious choices as consumers, and advocating for stronger environmental protections are all actions that contribute to a healthier planet for all its inhabitants. Even the smallest gesture can be part of a larger global effort to preserve the biodiversity that enriches us all and ensures the survival of these irreplaceable species. I hope this journey has been as moving for you as it has been for me. Which of these incredible animals surprised you the most? Was it the flightless parrot, the Asian unicorn, or the ghost of the frozen forest? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. Thank you for joining me today. If you wish to continue exploring the wonders of our natural world, please consider subscribing and joining our community. Until next time, stay curious.